Well, today I want to show you a little bit about the parts in the Powerdrive 1 charger that don't need when you replace them, what they look like. Maybe you haven't seen inside one of the chargers. But the Powerdrive 1, there's basically 4 to 5 parts model you have that are replaceable and you'll ever have to replace. The very first part, which is a circuit breaker right here, it just has 2 wires to it. But this circuit breaker, there's 2 different types. This is the original ones that came in these, and these are the ones that are most common. This is just a different manufacturer, but it's a 15 amp circuit breaker. I could pull that out, this snaps right in. But this is your first line of defense in your 110 volt power. If you look at the inside of this thing, if you were to follow the wires, the black hot wire, it goes to the circuit breaker first, then it comes out of the circuit breaker and goes over to the relay. So this black wire is the power in, goes through the breaker to this one side of the relay. So when this breaker goes bad, it does not allow power beyond this point. So once power does get to there, the relay, it does not continue until the relay is closed, because these are open contacts. So this is your first line of defense. Then from there it goes to your relay. Your relay, I have one here. This is what the relay looks like. It's a 48 volt relay. These 2 big tabs are the contacts, which I said are normally open. So from your breaker it goes to here. From the other side of that, it goes right to the transformer. That's this wire. So if you were to close those, it would send power. If this was plugged in, it would send 110 volts directly to the primary side of this coil. That's what you want. So the relay, the whole time this is plugged in, the relay is going to have 110 volt potential right there. It just will not go through until this closes. And what closes it are these 2 tabs here. That's the coil to the relay. Now, the coil, it's a 48 volt. So this output cord here, 48 volt. Let me show you something real quick. The 3 terminals in here, if you look real close, this one is positive, it's even marked. This one's negative. And this shorter one is the communication tab that communicates from the charger eventually to the onboard computer. And that's the blue wire normally that's in here. And it's shorter because when you plug this in, it wants these to make contact before this. And when you pull this out, this disconnects first. So it's trying to eliminate a big spark or big arc from when you pull this out. So that's why it's shorter. It's designed that way. But what I was going to tell you, when you plug this in to your cart, if your batteries are strong enough and have at least 40 volts on them, it'll close this relay. And you can hear it. I have a setup here. This is mimicking 48 volts. It is 48 volt batteries. And the Mad Professor's got this this is a charge receptacle on a club car. It's got a fuse on it. Now, if you plug this in here, that wasn't it. You should hear this click close. So this doesn't even need to be plugged into 110, which it's not. But I'm going to plug this in here and see if you can hear this close. Okay, I'm moving it. You usually can't hear it because you're not listening for it. But when this plugs in and that closes, it's now the 110 potential is going through to this transformer if it's plugged in. So that's how that thing works. These relays close. Sometimes if you plug this into here and that relay doesn't close, you've got a problem from here back. It's either, well, I shouldn't say that, it's from this cable back. If this cable is good, which means there's no shorts and you got continuity through this cable, which you usually do, and that doesn't click, the problem is going to be the batteries, something with the batteries, loose connection, dead batteries, loose connection on this charge receptacle, something back. So that should be your first idea of troubleshooting. So that relay is the second part that's replaceable. Then you've got a fuse assembly down here. This is the older one. There's actually two, let me turn this around, there's two sides to this fuse. See how you see three different points of this where it's soldered? This is actually one fuse, this is one fuse. A lot of times one of these will blow one side. If you reverse polarity your battery somehow when you're working on it, it'll blow both of those out. But this is replaceable. This ammeter is replaceable. And then this is your heat sink assembly. This is the most common replaced thing on chargers. They go bad after a while, but those heat sinks, this is one, this is what it looks like, they go bad. And I can show you, matter of fact, if you were troubleshooting this, I want to show you how to check this. With this thing unplugged from everything, nothing plugged in, wall or cart, you remove these center wires. Just take them off of the board. And once you do, you just got these two wires left. Get that off the board. Get it some sort of meter, even this cheap Harbor Freight meter. Go down to, we're checking the continuity, okay? So, you can see on the meter, if I touch these together, see how we get a reading? So what you want to do, if you take one of these and put it on the plate, touch this side, we're getting continuity through there. So I'm going to put it over here. We're getting continuity. Numbers mean nothing. We're just checking to see if we got a flow of continuity, which we do. So we got it there. Now I'm going to switch these leads. It doesn't matter which is which. Now I'm going to go back again. And you see how this one, we have nothing? We do not have continuity. That means that's good. Now look at this one. This one is bad. See the difference between, we got continuity both ways in here. One way here. These are diodes and they're one direction or one way. So this right here is bad. And that happens. When that's bad, you got to replace the whole board. That's called a heat sink. That is by far the most common part that we replace on these. So again, this is the most common replaced part that we do. Almost always someone will say, not always, but a lot of times people will see it, all of a sudden they'll plug this in their garage and hear a big puff of smoke. You open it up and there's a burn mark here. But this is the most common, this heat sink. I think I told you we sell all this stuff in our eBay store, but that's that's what the parts look like. You should never have to do, there's nothing else to do other than replace this in here. So short of anybody be yanking these cords out, you can go through part by part and replace them. We put little kits together, the most common, separately together, so the do-it-yourselfer can do it. Just be careful when you're doing this. Make sure you got a little experience so you don't, because you can easily electrocute yourself on these. So that's it for the video on inside the Powerdrive 1 chargers, sometimes called PD1. But those are the Club Car Powerdrive original chargers that put out 17 amps and were meant for the DS model golf carts. You can replace all those parts in there like I showed you in the video. They're very easy to replace. You really just need a screwdriver and a pair of those pliers. So we sell all those parts, the breaker, the relay, the heat sink, the rectifiers, meter, everything we sell. They may not all be up on our eBay store yet because the eBay store is just daily. We're putting 1 or 2 items up. But if you don't see something, contact us. Anyway, you can email us at waynesgolfcartservice@gmail.com. You can go to our eBay store and contact us that way. And if you buy any of our parts from us on eBay, we also give you our contact info, how to contact us around eBay, so in the rules. So anyway, we were glad to hear from you. We'd like to hear a comment. We'd like you to tell us our videos are helping you, hopefully. And if you want to see a video about anything else that you haven't seen yet on an electric golf cart, please let us know. Subscribe, hit that bell so you get the notifications. We appreciate it, and thank you.